I'd go with him just for the talking digger, to be honest.
I think, marketing-wise, I think the talking digger is going to sell a lot more extensions. So I've just arrived at the first lot of filming of the week. It's a bit of a late start. It's Tuesday. It's 6 o'clock at a local village hall. All we're capturing today is just some B-roll footage. Now this is going to be part of a large project that shows some work that's going on in the local community and the good that it's doing in the local community. Now we're going to use this for a few different aspects. First, to help market the good that's going on and the projects that are going on in the community, to help them get more people to participate in the future, and also to help them with funding. So like I said, tonight is just a simple little B-roll setup where we're just going to be capturing the training session that's going on and maybe talking to a few of the members to see if in the future how we could kind of capture their stories and if it'll work in the narrative of the overall project. It's now Thursday and I'm heading to Grimsby for the second time in 2 days. Yesterday was just capturing some extra content for some ongoing work with a client, Evolve. Then went to the Business Hive, caught up on a bit of admin and a little bit of editing, and then actually had a bit of downtime in Grimsby. Met up with Arthur in the round table and did a bit of airsofting, which was painful. Today though, I'm heading to go over a meeting with Anderley and Stuart. This is to talk about some potential work for Stuart's company, which is the Van Franchise, a van sales and hire company over in Grimsby. And now that I've proved to everyone that I can tie shoelaces.
A few moments later.
Got home a little bit earlier than planned. Now I didn't record the meeting or have it as B-roll or anything like that because it wasn't really the right time or place. But all we was really discussing was the strategy for a budget that the Van Franchise has that they're going to be using on video marketing, and really the best way to get the most out of that budget. Now I think it's going to be a little bit different from what you'd expect from a series of videos in the motors trade, because it moves away from the advertising and really pushes into the marketing side of the company. So I'm looking forward to that. It is going to be a very busy schedule with some very different and fun things coming up with that. Now I was hoping for another meeting while I was there over in Grimsby, firstly to make a bit more use of the time, but also a recommendation that I had. Unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out, that meeting. Now we'd had a bit of back and forth over email, and what they'd kind of said was they was going to stick with their in-house videographer. So what they do is film their service using mobile phones and getting some reels. So I think where I've possibly failed really with that is showing the value of what I can offer from the marketing side, and the value of having a mix of professional video and organic looking content like what they're creating. So I hope it's not a lost lead, because I think there would be a good company to work for or do work with. I think there is a lot we can do, but it is just that side of it again, like I touched on with the post last week, or start of last week, was that it has been a bit of a roller coaster a few weeks. And it is just getting back into the roller coaster now, of where we're getting the good times as well as the little knockbacks. And I think really now realising the knockbacks, because I know it's not a big thing, but when you're getting a few all at once, it can kind of feel a lot. Whereas now there's a lot of positives coming up. We've got some good projects coming up. Since the post I put out, that was quite an honest post of how I was feeling and wanting a reset. Then positives are coming. So this was a good meeting today. It got me back into seeing why I like doing this kind of thing. And also then, as I was coming back, just I got in my car, a notification pop up, and it looks like a podcast that I appeared on has just gone online. So I'm going to go in, watch that. That was with Heb and Griff, who are a video production company in Scunthorpe, but they specialise in podcasts in the local area. So if you are looking to start a podcast, they're a good place to go to.
That sharing knowledge, it's doing two things. It's reducing that knowledge gap between where they are and where you are, and making that purchase seem less of a leap. And it's also positioning you as the guide in their eyes. If they're getting information from you at a base level, they'll trust you for the information at the next level. They don't have to know or understand what the next level is. As long as they know what that bridging thing is, they'll trust you more.
I've now watched that full podcast and I think that actually went quite well. If you do want to watch it, it is on YouTube and Spotify. It's by Heb and Griff, and if you search their names and Coffee Break on Spotify or YouTube, it will come up. I did waffle on at times, but if you know me, you know my train of thought does usually go off on different directions. As I'm working this weekend, I took some time off this morning and went and just got some breakfast, chilled out for a little bit, and now I'm back in my office. The whole point of me doing these videos is not only to keep me creative, but to show a little bit of behind the brand of me building this video marketing company, showing the highs and the lows, and being a reminder for me that, you know, there is bad days, but then there's also good days. So like this week, we've had a few leads not work out how we wanted them to go. Not all of them are dead leads. It's just a bit of an ongoing sales process still. But the good news is, because I'm in the office, that means I'm writing invoices today. Well, I say I'm writing invoices, I'm looking like I'm concentrating and writing here, but I'm doing a quick Wordle. But no, it's good signs. So with this going forward, it is going to be a recap of my week again, so you can kind of get an understanding of what goes in to this company. It's not just turning up, hitting record on different projects. There is a lot going on behind the scenes, and there is a lot of thought that's going into it. But what I'll do is I'll post, this will now be Monday when you're watching this, I'm going to try and post these every Monday, so look forward to seeing you next week. Cheers.